What would happen if a brand new Valorant player
No. Why am I?
spent 30 days learning and grinding the game to see how good they could get? So first things first, I'll hop right into the range. That way I can get a feel for everything and figure out what settings I want to use. Now I knew they would take some time getting used to, but for me, it'd probably take a lot of practice just to get to an adequate level. Cause see, before trying out Valorant, most of the games that I used to play, I would use controller.
You what?
So this would be the first time I would have to learn how to use M&K, which meant the first few days would be spent aim training. At first, I had no real plan. I just simply wanted to get a feel for what it was like to have a mouse in hand to aim with. Day after day, I was setting new high scores, which gave me a lot of confidence that I was getting comfortable with M&K. But aim labs couldn't be the only place where I practiced my aim. I also made sure to hop into the range, that way I can get comfortable with the guns that I'd be using in game. Now I figured it was time that I take what I've been practicing to online to see if it would actually translate against real players. Yeah, so my aim is still ass. Which just means I'm gonna have to continue to put in a lot of work towards my aim. But before we go any further, I wanted to set some goals for myself to ensure that I was progressing throughout this challenge. So I decided to go with 3 different challenges here. With the first challenge being, can I win my first deathmatch game? If I'm able to pop off well enough to be able to get 40 kills before anyone else, I think that's a great sign showing that my aim is definitely improving. The second goal I set for myself is seeing if I can get my first ace. From my knowledge, they're pretty hard to pull off because you gotta get 5 consecutive kills single-handedly. So if I somehow managed to pull that off, then I must have gotten pretty damn good. And for the last challenge, I'm setting a pretty high bar for myself, which is trying to see if I can get to gold rank. So with that, it was back to working on my aim. Not only did I continue working on my aim in aim labs in the range, I also started playing a lot more deathmatch. Deathmatch is the free-for-all game mode in Valorant with the sole focus of just getting kills. This was perfect for a beginner like me. That way I could solely focus on just aim and not have to worry about other aspects like a spike or agent abilities.
And what does he do? Blinds people?
I've got to admit, deathmatch might be my new favorite mode to play.
Come on. Ah, give me this. Oh yeah, come on, beat me, bitch. Beat me, bitch. Oh my god, 3 body shots.
The more I played deathmatch, the quicker I realized what were some issues with my aim.
3 body shots, bro.
I was struggling to focus in on the enemy player's head, resulting in a lot of body shots.
2 body shots.
I was also struggling to ensure I had my feet set before I would fire my gun. Because here in Valorant, moving while shooting your gun will cause your bullets to scatter and go all over the place. This was far different from what I was used to in previous games, so I made a mental note of it and started to see a little bit of improvement. But now I figured I've spent a lot of time on just aim, and I should start learning some of the other aspects of Valorant, like agent abilities. To do this, I decided to hop into the other game mode, Team Deathmatch. Now off rip, I was definitely confused.
Can I buy something?
No.
What the f is this gun?
But slowly I would begin to test out some of the abilities.
What does this do? Okay, throws that. That didn't go very far.
As you can see, there's still a lot that I needed to learn.
Bro, why does it always flash me?
To end the night, I decided to hop into the range to continue learning a few of the agent's abilities to hopefully give me an idea of who it is I want to main for the rest of this journey. So with that, I decided I'm gonna go with Phoenix.
I got this.
As you can see, I don't have a lot of agents unlocked, so there's not many to choose from, and I knew I wanted to be a duelist cause hey, I like getting kills. Now Jett is a character I've seen a lot of clips of, but she seems to be pretty complicated, and honestly, a sweaty pick. So I decided I would go ahead and choose Phoenix, cause when trying to mount, his kit also seemed pretty simple. He has a wall that you can place down to block off certain areas of the map, and the cool thing is it can also give you healing. But that wouldn't be his only ability that could do that. His Molly could do the exact same thing. And then you have his flashes. Now this is probably the more difficult part of his kit, because in order to throw them, you have to curve them either left or right. But something you have to keep a note of is that not only does it flash the enemy, it can flash you and your teammates.
Bro.
So now knowing what each ability does, I just need to get practice in knowing how and when to use them effectively. Like right here for example, I want to use my wall to cut off the line of sight in this area, but I peek out which causes me to die. And I don't even need to, because with this Phoenix ability, you can actually place it down through walls, so I don't have to peek out like I did right there, making myself vulnerable. In this next clip, I feel like I played it out fairly well. I help out on this Phoenix right here, and then I feel like I hear another enemy, so I decide to flash to clear the area out first. That allows me to move up, and I managed to get a kill on a second person. Little by little, I was slowly improving, and my aim was kind of getting better too. I even found myself with an opportunity to complete one of our goals that we set earlier.
Ooh. Ooh. What? No, that wasn't a headshot. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. No. No. I'm so ass. Ooh.
One kill remaining. Dominating.
No, 25 and 22? Not bad.
Man, just from that one game, I had an opportunity to knock off 2 of our goals that we set earlier. Now I understand if an ace in deathmatch doesn't really count all that much, so just stick to the end of the video because I'll have another opportunity to possibly get an ace in a real match.
Triple, baby.
Well, now that I've gotten quite a bit of DM and TDM games under my belt, and I'm only 6 levels away from unlocking ranked, I figured it's time I finally played the regular game mode. First game, I say I did pretty okay. I got a few kills, and some of those kills were to help secure the round.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my god.
But one thing I quickly noticed playing the regular mode is how uncomfortable I still am using mouse and keyboard.
One enemy remaining.
Wait, I did not want to do that. What the fuck?
Cause see, early on, I would look at my keyboard a lot to ensure that my fingers were on the right key that I wanted to press, cause there were times where I would misclick.
No! Bro, I don't know what the button is.
And while I spent time learning Phoenix's abilities, there were still some agents whose abilities I just do not understand.
Why am I...
Last player standing.
Like, what even happened? Like, I don't even know what just happened.
I was beginning to realize how complicated Valorant truly is. There's abilities, map knowledge, and strategy that I still only know very little about. But aside from all those, the thing that I felt like was most frustrating that was holding me back was my aim. As I continued playing Swift Play, it felt like every game I was underperforming simply because I was just missing my shots.
Spike carriers down.
Spike down A.
But on top of this, I was also playing very timid, scared to make plays that maybe would have actually done good.
Alright, I think we just need to stop playing scared. Isn't there that one clip from Tens? Stop playing scared, play with your balls. Oh, maybe. Okay, I don't, maybe he didn't say that.
You gotta play like you don't give a fuck, and then you'll actually start playing better.
Okay.
I remembered that clip and started doing just that. After getting the kill on a spike carrier, the smart thing to do would probably just sit back and watch them try and pick up the spike. But instead, I play with confidence. I try to move up and I end up getting 2 kills here on the last 2 enemies.
Ooh!
It made me realize too, if I play more aggressive, I'll get in more fights, allow me to practice my aim more, which I definitely still need that practice. With the confidence slowly growing, I managed to finally unlock competitive.
Here we go!
Now to start this ranked journey, I decided to switch things up and unlock a new agent, Reyna. She's fairly similar to Phoenix. She can heal herself and also flash enemies, but what's nice is that her flash won't blind you or your teammates. Now in Valorant, you don't just hop right into ranked. You gotta actually play some placement games to see where it is you lie within the rank system. And I've gotta say, throughout my placement matches, I had some pretty good moments.
Oh my!
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
You gotta be joking.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, I'm him.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
Yes sir! We managed to knock off one of the challenges for our video, which was getting an ace. Now while I was popping off and making some good plays, of course, there always comes the bad.
Oh my god. Oh. Ah, I didn't have my gun out.
B.
Oh. No.
So with all the placement games complete, this is where I ended up being ranked.
Iron? What does that mean? Iron 3. Oh, so it's below bronze. Great.
Yeah, no surprise there. The goal of trying to get ranked gold is starting to look more like an aspiration than it is reality. There's just so much to learn inside of Valorant. With only a few days left, I only had a couple more ranked games to play. Before doing so, I wanted to make sure I really lock in these last few days. I really dove into my aim training to figure out what I could do to be more consistent, finding better scenarios that better translate to Valorant, so that way hopefully my aim was a lot smoother, cleaner, and consistent. And in fact, it was. When I hopped back into DM, I felt like my aim was a lot more consistent and I was able to string together more consecutive kills, getting quite a few aces.
That's 3. And 4. Got her.
But the real test would be, could I apply it to ranked and end off on a good note?
My ultimate.
A.
No charges left. Dead. Begins.
One enemy last player standing. One enemy remaining.
No.
And just like that, the 30 days were up. Through all the ups and downs, I've gotta say, I kinda surprised myself. Not only was I switching to a new game with a completely different style of play, I also had to learn a new input. So while things were feeling difficult at times, I'm glad I still pushed through. Sadly, I only managed to knock off 1 out of the 3 goals that we set for this challenge. So you let me know, should I lock in for another 30 days and run it back?